Hey, this is Ryan from 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar podcast. Today I'm showing you the Lazy Comp by Anasounds. It's a super simple one knob compressor deal here. The knob controls your wet-dry mix of the compression against the dry signal of your guitar. Obviously, it turns on and off just like that. It's got your indicator light here in the logo, and it's got a bamboo top with a bear on it. Laser carved into that bamboo. It's very fragrant bamboo, by the way. Like, you open up the box, you're going to be smelling this thing for a while. One knob control, but if you want to get super tweaky, grab your little screwdriver, and there's a trim pot to control the compression effect level, the amount of compression, and there's a trim pot to affect the volume. This thing came stock, dialed in a little bit under Unity. I dialed it up a little bit because that's how I like my compression pedals. And then also, there's a third trim pot that other demo channels just didn't get to for some reason. So I'm going to show you its function right now. It controls the LED light here. All right, I got it. Here we go. Light show time. Bright, dark, bright, dark. I mean, you can dial it in any way you like. The manual gives a warning that if you dial it all the way up, it will affect the sound of the pedal. I think it gives you a little bit extra noise or something like that. But there we go. Let's set it at like 90, 80%, somewhere in there. Looks good to me. All right, let's check out the sound of this thing. Here's my dry signal. And here it is with the compression on. Let's check out the range on that single knob. Let's turn it all the way up. I'm digging in pretty hard there, so it's compressing it pretty good. Let's turn it all the way down, which will basically be dry. It's like turning the pedal off. I don't know why anyone would do this, but hey, here we go. And then back to our previous setting. Try the other side. You can really hear how it affects the dynamics. Like, you turn it up and it just squashes you. Just totally squashes your signal. Not the hardest compression I've ever heard, but, you know, I could dial it in with the trim pot back here and get harder if I wanted and get that funky pop. But I feel like over here is a really good level for kind of just strumming and just general always-on kind of compression. And over here is a good setting to boost lead lines, to even out your dynamics when you're playing leads that mixed chording and, you know, little Philly type stuff. Like, it just will even you right out. This is a great compressor. I'm a big fan of how it sounds. Really nice and smooth and natural. There's the knee on compressors, which is, you know, how sharp the compression is, and I feel like the knee on here is pretty quick, but it's also, you know, very natural. Like, you can hear it on the extreme settings, but then on the softer settings, like, you might not even know a compressor's there in a good way. You can hear the knee right there. Not bad. Like, it's just nice and smooth. It's subtle. It's sitting there helping you out. All right, I want to try something else now. Let's dial in a really gritty sound from the Vox AC-15 here. Now with a tube amp like this that's being pushed to drive, you're already getting some natural tube compression, but what this is really helping with is it's dialing in the highs and the lows. It's pulling back the highs a little bit so that you're getting less like bright crackle off this thing, and it's bringing up the lows so that by bringing up I mean pulling back the lows so that you've got less mud and less extra information in there that you don't need. It just tightens up your sound, which is great for lead work. It's great for chugga-chugging, that whole thing. Let's try some extreme settings here. Let's turn it all the way up. So it helps draw your signal out a little bit longer too, which is nice. Let's try something more subtle, see if we can tell a difference. It's a subtle effect, but it's a powerful effect, as most subtle effects are. Like it makes the small change that makes a big difference in where you sit in the mix and how your dynamics interplay with the rest of the music. Compressors are great, and this is a really good example of a super easy compressor to mess with. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to play out with a little loop or something.